Right, hey, what's up, guys? I'm with Qwin Vitale in New Jersey. Qwin was nice enough to let me come stay and train with him and show me around South Jersey for the past week.
Yep.
And he was nice enough to be able to do this little Q&A/interview. Let's just get started. So my first question for you is, how did you get into training?
Well, it first started through football. I was an athlete for majority of my life, or at least when I could start kicking a ball and play soccer, that kind of stuff. But I really started lifting for football in high school, and I eventually started noticing after a couple weeks of training, I started getting little striations and stuff in my shoulders, and that kind of made me feel a certain type of way. And then after I guess a year or two, I started developing more of a passion towards it, and I actually liked it more than actually playing football. So carried on with it for, I don't know, I guess almost 7 years now.
How long did it take for you to really start seeing noticeable progress? Was it kind of immediately, or was it a gradual thing?
Well, my noob gains were severe. I think when I first started lifting, I was right around the 155, right around there, and I made 15 pounds.
Body weight?
Yeah, 155, 160, and I made about 15 to 20 pounds. I got up to 170 by my sophomore year. So lifting in the beginning of freshman, and then the summer going into sophomore, or a little later into early sophomore year, I put on 15, 20 pounds. So that was a big jump for me. And strength improved, size improved, but it really didn't seem like anything crazy at the time.
Was it ever really difficult for you to gain size, or with your appetite, or so I know a lot of people when they're putting on size, it gets really hard for them to actually eat, and do you have first off, was it hard for you to actually eat enough to support your training and your goals, muscle growth? And what tips do you have for people that struggle with getting their caloric intake in? Because I know that's what a lot of guys struggle with.
Well, when I first started lifting, I was pretty much under a bro mentality, where I would just try to eat a lot of healthy foods. I would wake up, eat 4 or 5 eggs. I would have some oatmeal, and a protein shake. I would go to school. I would eat whatever's at the school. It would be chicken sandwich or something, but something protein based. And then when I would get back, I would have a big ass salad with tuna on it, and then I would wait about an hour. I'd go to the gym. I'd eat either a peanut butter toast sandwich right before the gym, some pre-carbs, and then train, and then come back and eat a big ass dinner. And it was normally pasta or a lot of carbs. I looking back on it, I definitely was hitting my protein, and I was eating a lot of carbs. And I think that's what really fueled my workouts, fueled my training, and my strength and my progression. Tips for anyone that's having a hard time eating. I was unaware that I was eating enough, because I really just figured eating a lot of healthy food will make me bigger. But now knowing being in a caloric surplus is really the way to grow efficiently. Best tips: find out what works for you. Find out what you like eating and eat that a lot. If you have a hard time eating a certain food, but you feel it's really helpful, or a lot of someone else eats it, don't eat it. Eat something that you enjoy, eat it frequently, make sure you get enough protein, pretty much, is bottom line. Be in a surplus, get enough protein, put it like that.
All right. And just going along those lines, what's your opinion on intuitive eating, for people versus tracking macros? Would you say one is necessarily better than the other, and when would you recommend somebody even do intuitive eating or track macros?
Intuitive eating comes from tracking your macros. You can't intuitively eat if you don't know how to track macros. Eating intuitively is being able to judge the food in front of you, what the calorie makeup is. Having food in front of you, intuitively eating is pretty much having food in front of you, being able to judge the calories, how much is there, what it's made up of, macro-wise as well, and not having to track. In order to intuitively eat, you need to have some kind of background of tracking and become good enough at tracking that you can almost eyeball things and determine how many calories they are and be within a ballpark. Intuitive eating is great for when you've been tracking for a while and you feel like you don't really need to write down everything you eat, and you can kind of gauge what your body reacts to the best. But I would definitely recommend tracking to start off. Just track your calories and track your protein. Get used to that, weighing out foods, get used to that, because then you'll learn serving sizes and how much food is actually in front of you. And then eventually you'll get to the point, and you'll know when you get to the point when you can eat intuitively and be successful with it.
Right on. And then, so you're an athlete now.
Yeah.
How has that been like? Have you enjoyed the sponsorship?
It's an awesome experience being able to go out to Texas, meet up with all the guys when everyone gets together. It's a really fun time. We work hard, we play hard, and like that's really what I like. That's what I like, the kind of vibe we have going on out there, because like everyone's really dedicated, really hardworking, very inspirational, and they know how to have fun too.
All right. And then what tips do you have for somebody? The question I got was like, what are your best tips for gaining strength like fast?
Gaining
squat, bench, and deadlift
fast.
Which is kind of a subjective question on its own.
It's like fast. It depends what you consider fast. Like if you want to up your bench like 30 pounds in 2 weeks, that seems very unrealistic. But like I would consider gaining 10-15 pounds on the bench in about 2 months. Something that seems reasonable, and that's a good jump. And I would consider that fast, no matter where you are. If you're trying to increase your lifts, you're gonna need to keep doing them. If you want to increase your bench, you're gonna want to keep benching.
Yes.
It doesn't hurt. Yeah, and same thing with squats, same thing with deadlifts. If you see, also record your lifts. If you see any, it's hard. I guess it's hard for newer lifters to judge where they're lagging and like what their issues are in their form. But it doesn't hurt to go look or go to someone with a little more information, or even watch videos on proper form and learn a little bit more about it. Educate yourself, because that's really where you're going to make your progress. Is when you have that knowledge and you apply that to your training, that's where you're going to see what you have, what you're doing wrong, and what you can improve on. But to make your lifts, I guess, to get stronger at your lifts fast, do them frequently, at least twice a week, your squat, bench, and deadlift. And that goes for any other lift, honestly. Like even bicep curls, you can get really fucking strong with them if you do them consistently. And just be in a surplus.
Just don't pull some Crips Bumstead and compound Moger and try to do 405 to your bicep.
Yeah, don't like overwork yourself. Like you should know where your comfortable range is.
All right. And then last question. I had it in my head. What does the it's like you do online coaching, and like that's how we met. Somebody wanted to know, like, what do you look for in a client? Like, what makes like a good client for you? Because obviously, like, that's important with the coach relationship.
A good client is someone that trusts you, listens to your word, and will follow through with what you say. And it's okay for the client to ask questions, because that's where you learn. That's where you don't want to just blindly follow someone. But a good client is someone that follows up consistently, asks a bunch of questions, listens to what you say, applies what you say and what you give them. And I guess I pretty much put it like that. Like, just be consistent, listen to your coach, and ask questions.
Yeah, and follow through too.
Yeah, follow through with what they give you, because they're putting in time and work to give you something that you're going to benefit off of. And you know what, fitness is never an immediate success. It takes a very long time to continually grow and progress and become stronger and bigger. But at least getting yourself on the right track with a coach can never hurt, at least to start out. And then from there, if they teach you well enough, you can go on your own independently.
Yeah. All right. And then just to wrap this up, do you have any like big general like fitness tips that, can help somebody who's just starting off with their fitness journey, looks up, wants to get somewhere like where you are with social media, or just like the overall fitness level gets bigger, gets stronger, like what's like the biggest thing that somebody could do?
Well, don't get discouraged from progress not being the same as everyone else is because you're not anyone else. You're yourself. You don't train like them. You don't eat like them. You don't wake up when they do. There's so many variables that you can't really compare yourself to anyone else. But it is completely fine to be motivated and inspired by people and their success, and to take their information and what they give out if they have a good platform for it, and to apply that to yourself in the best way you can. As for like growing through social media, that's a very touchy subject. It's very hard to say how to succeed in social media because it's very broad, and there's tons of different ways you can succeed in it, tons of different personalities and traits people have that people like and that inspire others. So pretty much be yourself, do what you love, do what you like, and keep trying, keep progressing, keep involving yourself, and like be very positive about it. Just be yourself.
All right. Well, thanks so much for letting me come down and film this Q&A, Qwin.
Yeah, no, it has been a great time.
Yeah, so that's basically gonna wrap up this Q&A. Yeah, make sure to give the video a like and subscribe if you want more content like this, and make sure to subscribe. I'll leave Qwin's channel in the bio, so make sure to click the link in the bio.
Of course, click it, like, subscribe
the whole
again,
thing.
tell your friends,
Tell your dog.
All right, make them an account.
Peace
out, guys.
See you guys.